South Africa's largest ethnic group, the Zulus, will on Saturday crown a new king following a year of feuding over who should ascend to the throne of the country's most influential traditional monarchy. 47-year-old Miss Zulu is set to succeed his father, Goodwill Zwelithini, who died in March last year after 50 years in charge. Although the title of king does not bestow executive power, Zulu monarchs wield great moral influence over more than 11 million Zulus, who make up nearly a fifth of South Africa's population. On Saturday, Mr. Zulu will enter the cattle kraal at the Zulu royal residence, a small town in the ethnic group's southeastern heartland province of KwaZulu-Natal. There, he will take part in a secret rite designed to present the new monarch to his legendary ancestors. Joining us on the news to take a look at this latest development is Professor Bhedlindaba Mkhize, President and Founder Umsamo Institute, South Africa. Thank you for joining us on the news.
Thank you and good evening.
Can we have a background on this situation?
Come again?
Can you give us a quick background on this situation?
Thank you very much, as well as greetings to your viewers. Taking it back from the time when King Zwelithini passed away, after that, that's when the problem started, because we saw one of his Ndlunkulu who took over, and immediately after that, which was unfortunate, she passed away as well. And then there was a letter of which it was said that it is a will that was left by His Majesty himself. And then the whole dispute started there when other people were complaining, saying that no, the signature was actually forged and so on. And then what happened was there was a series of court cases going up and down, which were led by Mbonisi, who is the brother to the late king, and also Simagade, who is the eldest son of the king, and Misu Zulu was already then put on the throne. Now, up until today, where we are actually seeing now and expecting tomorrow in a ceremony that Misu Zulu now is going to be coronated, and also on the other side, there are those who have raised the name of Buzabazi, which is another son of the late king. Now, if you look into all what is actually happening here, maybe to give a quick background on about what is happening in South Africa, is that what you find is that we are dealing here with the history, because in the history, if you take it back from the days of King Shaka, there were a number of assassinations which happened there in the family, coming down to Dingan, to Cetshwayo, right up until Dini Zulu, Bande Dini Zulu, and so on. That is the history which was actually never cleansed, or maybe nothing was done as far as that is concerned. On the other side, we are dealing with the tradition here, Isintu and Isiko, how things used to be done, which are actually been lost amongst the Zulu nation, or maybe even the people themselves. On the other side, the third point, we're dealing with politics. Now, if I'm saying politics here, you must understand there are politicians who might interfere. There's a lot of patronage happening. There's also a lot of privilege that maybe it's happening, and also happening in a democratic country. Why I'm saying democratic country, because Misu Zulu is going to be the first king that will be appointed in democracy. His father was appointed during the apartheid. Now things have changed.
Okay, well, at least we have a bit of an idea what is going on. In the interest of time, I want us to talk about a more recent development. You mentioned Simakade Zulu. There seemed to be a ceremony for him as well, entering the kraal. What can you tell us about that?
Let me explain this. The kraal is one of our holy places. By entering the kraal, each and every son can enter the kraal, or can be entered or be led into a kraal. But there is this crawl within a crawl which is called Entlambelwe. Now, if you enter the crawl, there is another section which is only entered by a person who's going to be coronated as a king. It's taken as an altar or as a holy place. So Simagate, yes, he did enter the crawl, of which, yes, he had to do it as a son of the king, but is that he didn't go to Entlambelweni, where Zulu is going to enter and be led by the elders. On the other side, before you even enter the crawl, there are certain rituals that are performed, like go and hunt the lion, of which Zulu did, and also secondly, go to a place called Mgongweni, where you stay for a number of days there, and then you come out of that place, which he never did. And then the third one is that there must be a cow or a white bull that must be slaughtered, which has actually been done for Umisu Zulu. What is the significance of that cow is that the skin of that cow is going to make a shield, which would be called is a shield, which is going to be used to protect the nation. So those things were never done. So it's obvious that his entering of the crawl is null and void.
Okay, thank you for the correction with the crawl. Quickly, can you tell us why it is important for lions to be hunted as part of the ceremony?
The lion, first of all, is that it actually shows his power, that he can lead the nation, and also the lion shows that he is Imbube. Now, in our tradition and culture, the only person who's called Imbube is the king. He is called Imbube, and he can wear the teeth around his neck of a lion. You can only do that if you have killed a lion. And also, there are also confidential or secret parts of a lion that are used during his secret rituals and so on and so on. So the lion is basically that. We call it, he is going there to fetch his brother, Umfowa Bowa Kwabo, in a Zulu language. So it's where the lion is critical, and that's what its significance.
There is a third person contesting this kingship, right? Who is the person, and what's the background?
Muzabazi is another son of the king from the king's second wife. Now, he is only emerging now. He has never been on the picture. That is why in my introduction or my opening, I alluded to the fact that there are a number of issues here: the history, the loss of the tradition, politics and privilege, and so on. So it might happen that they are bringing him forward because people now are starting to believe that if we put so and so on the chair or on the throne, therefore this is what I'm going to benefit. So we have to look into all those sorts of things, because Misu Zulu's mother, her lobolo was paid by the nation automatically, no doubt. You cannot doubt it. And there was no doubt even from the beginning that he is going to be a king because of his mother's lobola that was paid, which was done by the nation.
Okay. What is all these factions and fighting? What is the implication for the kingship and for South Africa's Zulu people?
Look, I will be honest with you. They have been there before. They have happened, but the whole monarchy and kingship has never actually been divided. That's another issue. But we are not sure now what's going to happen. We must be realistic here. We are not sure what's going to happen now, because this is now happening under the new democracy. But I trust and hope that it will be resolved and be sorted, because we still have elderly people there. We have Inkosi Buthelezi, who's still alive. We have Filimoni of Kwafihlimini, who's still alive. We have Gwabini. We have Vananana. And all those people are the elders. Maybe Misu Zulu's toughest task will have to sit down now, be assisted by the elders to resolve these issues. Maybe we're going to see something good coming out of all this. Maybe it just happened now, boiled and so on, because people were just wanting this and this. But the moment they realize that, look, So-and-so has now ascended to the throne, therefore there's nothing we can do except to abide ourselves with the whole thing.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Mkhize, for speaking with us.
Thank you.